you.
Travis Kelce is playing like shit because he's trying to be an actor. How many years left do you think that he has in the league?
In the league, not many.
Niggas like him, yo.
So he's like planning his exit route.
He's probably been in the league close to 10 years, and that's a long time.
Jason Kelce tried to be Captain Patriotic this 4th of July, and let's just say the internet lit him up harder than the fireworks in his backyard. The former Eagles center, known for his beer-chugging, shirtless, celebrating, Santa-hugging vibe, probably thought he was just dropping a wholesome Murica post. But no, social media had other plans. Jason throws up a video of fireworks with a big old Cheers to America caption, preaching unity, freedom, and apple pie-level patriotism. Cute, right? Wrong. Insta went full roast mode. The comment section, more explosive than a Roman candle at a backyard barbecue. Turns out the timing was chef's kiss unfortunate. Just hours before his post, Mr. Orange Spray Tan himself signed what he proudly called a big, beautiful bill. And let's just say it didn't exactly scream liberty and justice for all. Cue the digital pitchforks. People were dragging Jason faster than a dropped hot dog at a family cookout. Some were saying that setting aside differences is a fairy tale at this point. Others pointed out that folks are suffering and Jason's acting like we're in a Disney fireworks finale. One user straight up called the post tone deaf, and another begged him to read the damn room. Ouch. Jason's comment section turned into a therapy session, political debate, and group venting space all in one. Over 2,000 comments, more than double his last 3 posts combined. Talk about unexpected engagement. Now, the Kelce brothers have generally stayed out of the political drama, just tossing footballs and beers, you know? But with someone's girlfriend making headlines for endorsing Kamala Harris, it's like they've been accidentally pulled into the electoral splash zone. While Jason probably meant well with his Go America vibe, let's just say this year's fireworks weren't the only thing blowing up. Because now it's big bro Jason getting political heat, and baby bro Travis getting dragged for what fans are calling his Swiftie slump. Yep, the same guy who once bulldozed through defenses like they were inflatable pool toys apparently couldn't even bulldoze past 823 yards this season. That's like diet Travis Kelce. And trust us, NFL fans noticed. The stat drop was so dramatic, insiders say even fantasy league managers started crying into their chicken wings. Enter former coach and current Vibes ruiner, Eric Mangini, who basically said what everyone was thinking but didn't want to say out loud. Trav might have swapped red zone drills for red carpet strolls. According to him, Kelce's offseason was less grind mode and more global pop star boyfriend tour. From dancing in stadiums with Taylor to hosting shows to podcasting like he's got unlimited Wi-Fi and 0 linebackers chasing him, he was booked and busy. Mangini didn't slam him outright, but he did give off big "you've changed bro" energy, saying the man's offseason was full of everything except football. And honestly, he might not be wrong. Tight end ain't exactly the position where you can show up half prepped. You don't just wing it between Eras Tour stops, and let's be real. Balancing a Grammy-winning girlfriend, a global spotlight, and a full-blown NFL career? That's not multitasking, that's witchcraft. Still, insiders say no one's mad at Travis for riding the fame train and grabbing those endorsement bags. The man turned into a walking brand overnight. But that stardom spotlight is hot, and now everyone's watching to see if he can juggle the fame and still crush defenders like beer cans next season. But Twitter, X, had other plans. Because just when you thought Travis had enough on his plate juggling football and fame, the internet decided to stir the pot by comparing him to Taylor's brooding, poetry-reading ex, Joe Alwyn. Yep, the man who basically looked like he belonged in a Jane Austen adaptation is now being thrown into a battle of the boyfriends, and folks are picking sides like it's the Super Bowl of exes. It all started with a viral tweet casually dropping the spicy opinion that Joe Alwyn was the most handsome man Taylor has ever dated. Bold move, and naturally chaos ensued. Swifties pulled out their phones like they were unsheathing swords, and next thing you know, the feed was flooded with memes, sass, and thirst tweets galore. People were out here acting like Travis had personally tackled Joe into the friend zone. One tweet didn't just disagree, it went full gladiator mode, saying Trav could wake up from a 3-day bender and still outshine Joe at his most moisturized, best-lit moment. Another went deep with Greek mythology, calling Kelce a literal sculpture while dubbing Alwyn the ghost of a Victorian child, because why compare when you can absolutely obliterate? And while this whole debate has 0 real stakes, it's internet gold. Fans dug up pics of Travis at his buffest, baldest, and most boyfriend core moments, like him cheering from the Eras Tour crowd or casually being adorable on his podcast. Others clap back with throwbacks of Joe co-writing Swift's most heartbreaking songs while looking like he hasn't seen daylight since 2017. Meanwhile, somewhere in a cozy London flat, Joe's sipping tea and probably side-eyeing the entire U.S. But here's the kicker. Travis and Taylor are very public with their love. PDA in stadiums and podcast shout-outs kind of public. Whereas Joe and Taylor were basically the human equivalent of a soft whisper behind a curtain. Different vibes, different eras, same girl, same chaos. Speaking of chaos, Camille Kostek just waltzed into the group chat and basically flipped the wag table right over. That's right. Rob Gronkowski's longtime girlfriend and all-around badass isn't here for the wives and girlfriends tag anymore. And honestly, with Queen Taylor marching into the NFL like it's her new stage and making the league look like it's the Eras Tour Part 2, Camille's got a point. The woman's being a Sports Illustrated model, a TV host, and a former cheerleader, and people still want to reduce her to Gronk's girl. Please. She popped off on a podcast, dragging the whole wag term like it's a 2007 MySpace trend. Said it felt weird, outdated, and kind of like calling Beyoncé Jay-Z's wife. Camille wasn't even subtle. She asked the million-dollar question, where's the male version? Where are the mags? Like what? Do we call Travis Taylor's tight end now? Actually, never mind. That sounds like fanfic waiting to happen. Anyway, Camille's not just making noise, she's making a statement. She's tired of being seen as the sparkly side dish when she's the whole damn entree. And this all hits even harder now that the NFL is basing red carpet events every Sunday. With Taylor popping into games and literally shifting camera angles, sponsorship deals, and viewership numbers, suddenly it's not just football, it's fame ball. Now the media can't keep up anymore. If anything, the NFL might have to invent a whole new acronym just to keep up with the power shift. And Camille? She's not bitter. She's just busy being fabulous and reminding everyone that being in love with a football star doesn't cancel out your own resume. But being Taylor Swift apparently means you are the resume, because just when the NFL was trying to catch its breath from all the glitter bombs she's been dropping at Arrowhead, Swifties were pulling a full rewind to 2019 and dusting off their rose-colored glasses for the City of Lover concert. And oh boy, this wasn't your usual stadium shaking Taylor moment. No smoke machines, no backup dancers doing backflips, just Taylor, a mic, a spotlight, and like 2,000 very lucky humans who probably cried so hard they dehydrated. Picture it, Paris. The Eiffel Tower's probably sipping champagne in the background. Taylor's on stage serving emotional wreckage with each note, and the crowd silently sobbing in sync. This wasn't a concert, it was a group therapy session disguised as a musical, and honestly, it slapped. The kind of night that made you want to text your ex and also delete their number in the same breath. She sang The Archer like she was reading your diary, then flipped the switch with You Need to Calm Down like she just spotted a hater in the front row. And Death by a Thousand Cuts? Please. That track alone has probably inspired at least 6 dramatic breakups and 3 spontaneous tattoos. Insiders say this whole thing felt less like a concert and more like being serenaded at a Parisian cafe by a heartbroken fairy godmother in heels. And let's talk about that limited edition heart-shaped vinyl drop like it wasn't the most on-brand Taylor move ever. Valentine's Day? Paris? A pink vinyl that probably smells like lavender and emotional growth? Swifties lost it. The thing sold like hot croissants and charted so fast, Billboard had to do a double take. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.